Hey everybody, my name is Angelo and today is Monday and it is the November 8th and I'm excited because I'm actually on vacation this whole week, but that's not why you're listening to this or watching this. Today we are going to be giving away some more Ethereum, and not only that, but we are going to be talking about the project MoonWhips. And today, because of the type of project it is, I think this is a good one to bring up because there are things about this project that I want you to know about that will help you when you're going into these projects. Now, this is specifically about the project itself, but I'm going to sprinkle in there a little bit of you as the person buying it, things that you need to look for, in my opinion, and why that's important on some things. Like, for instance, what I'm going to be talking about is the community or your situation compared to the NFT project. And so I'm under the belief that there are two types, and hopefully three types of people that join these NFT groups. You are either going in it because of the community. You don't care about the price of the NFT project or business for that matter, because we do talk about how NFTs relate to businesses, but you don't care so much about how much it costs, but you care about the community itself. Then there are those who are there just to make an investment. They're in there and they want to see their money increase. It's just become another vehicle for them to invest into something in order to make more money. And then you have the third group, which is a hybrid. And they are looking for not only a great community, but something to put their money in. Because the whole thing about NFTs that separates it from the rest of the world is that these NFTs can become digital assets, which, because other than that, why would you go into an NFT project? You could have this project outside of the NFT world and just join the community and have fun. So the whole idea of creating an NFT from the buyer's perspective is that you hope that this investment into the community is going to do something different than what you would in the real world that we currently have. And that's why investing so much money, like $500, becomes important to the community purchaser, because they want to make sure that they're putting that much money into something that's going to create financial gain. And some people just have that money and will join a community no matter what. So anyways, that's where I'm going. So let's talk about the disclaimer. All opinions and information presented in this blog, video, audio, or podcast are based on my research and standards I personally have set for the projects I review. This does not mean that the project is good or bad, or that it will succeed or fail. I'm not compensated or sponsored by most of the projects that I do or reviews about. It's either comes to me by someone who suggests it, but if that ever changes, MoonWhips is not one of those projects. But if I do a project and they do sponsor me, I'll let you know. Also, I want you to know that investing, trading, or participating in NFTs are speculative in nature, and you should not use this information that I'm providing you by any source of media as financial advice. Also note, by the time that you listen, hear, read this information, that the project could have changed. My own personal perspective could have changed. So follow up with that project or go ahead and reach out to me directly, and we can talk about how things have changed. And I love talking to people, so feel free to reach out to me and I will get back to you. Also, please do your own research. So, today's project is about MoonWhips. And why is this one important? I do want to say, as I get into these projects, not all of them I am presenting for financial gain. Like, I don't expect when you hear this project that it's going to be good financial advice. I'm doing different projects, one, to kind of understand the different types of things that are being out there and present them to you. Also, give you a flavor of what other communities are doing so that you, when you enter your own community, you feel comfortable or you know what you're looking for, or you can also help direct, because that's what sort of these NFT communities are all about, is a community directing. You can get ideas from different projects and from other projects and try to suggest that the current community that you're in use that or do something like that. So MoonWhips to me, well, let's go over the basics, right? So the pre-sale is November 14th and the public sale is November 15th, the last time I checked, of 2021. The minting price is 0.09. And what's interesting about this project from the NFT itself is that it's sort of like the Russian doll concept. There's supposed to be 9 sort of like layers, and there's a limited amount to each one. So like, let's say that the Russian doll, if you can visualize that, has the big one on the outside, and then if you pull that apart, there's a smaller one. So similar concept here is that there are 9 base layers, and each one will have a limited amount of NFTs per layer. And what they're doing is that they're taking those layers, and the more you have of these different combinations or collections, then that will grant you access to different things or be able to do different things. Let's see, there's going to be a total of 11,111 NFTs. Let's see anything else that I got from it. I have to say, this one was a little rough for me, and I'll explain why very soon, because it comes down to the community. But that's what I got so far for the NFT itself. It's supposed to be the inspiration for these NFTs goes back to the 80s, and the leader is looking to create an environment where it brings us back to the 80s, where you're trading cards and things like that. So they're going to try to create a community. The NFTs are themed based on the 80s, but have a collective personality, I guess, is what they're trying to look for in the community. Let's talk about the roadmap. So off the bat, they're going to give 11 MoonWhips away to their early supporters. There's going to be this diamond whip, and there's something special about at 20%, there's something special about these diamond NFTs. They haven't said what they are, but there's something spectacular that's going to happen. Now, of course, that could have changed. They could have updated it. Then at 30%, 10 ETH is going to the community. If they sell 50%, they're going to donate $100,000 to the mental health charity. And that is the main concept or reason why this NFT was brought together, meaning that the leader is trying to create a NFT community or a community that is all about health awareness. And what's cool about this project is that it's got some pretty good backing, meaning that they have some influencers in the community. They also were sponsored, or I shouldn't say sponsored, but they were in an AMA, Ask Me Anything, on Clubhouse. They were interviewed, the leader was interviewed by NFT. And NFT, I believe, is a project led by Mark Cuban. And so I went to this AMA and they were interviewing them. So they do have a lot of eyes on the project. Let's see, at 60%, MoonWhips lifestyle store gets unlocked. At 70%, 15 Ethereum go to the community fund. At 80%, they begin building their MoonWhips designer art figures, and a lucky few will win a version of their own NFT. So not everybody, but some of you. At 90%, 20 Ethereum goes into the community fund. So at the end of this, they have about 45 Ethereum that is now in the community fund. At 100%, they are going to begin building a MoonWhips blockchain game for the community. And also, 20% of the secondary sales of the royalties goes to the mental health charity fund. So again, they're really focused on the charity of mental awareness and helping them out. Let's talk about the community. Actually, I'm going to skip that for good reason. Let's go to leadership. Magus. He's the leader. I see him in there talking every once in a while, and I'll get back to the community. Luam Aquina, I believe that's how you pronounce it, is in there. See them in there. I don't see any of the others. They could be in there, but I just haven't seen them. And let's talk about the actual NFT itself. It's on Ethereum. The contract type is an ERC 721. You can, there's not much. The royalties are 2.5%, and that's what I have. Let's skip to the community. And as you can see, when I'm talking about this, for me, this was not a good fit. But when I jumped in on the Discord on October 29th, 2021, there was 34,100 followers or members in the Discord, and I'll put the links to all of their, to the website and the Discord and their Twitter in the descriptions. As of today, it kind of dropped a little bit. They're at 33,600. They do giveaways. It's invite contest and memes and things like that. Are there special statuses for the community? Yes. You need to just type in, there's different types of levels. So you can be on the pre-list. You could be a Guardian of the Moon, a Nitro Booster, a Moonie, official MoonWhips team. So there's different categories you could be grouped into, and they have roles, and you can see them in the Discord channel. And so how you get to each one, I don't know particularly, except for maybe asking at this point. So this is where it gets really hard for me, and this goes back to the Bored Apes, it's not the board, sorry, the Party Apes Billionaire Club and MoonWhips. For me, and I suggest this for you as well, when you go into a project, you got to remove the FOMO from it. I know it's there and you want to get in and you think it's hype. Like when I see 34,000 or even 33,000 people, and I go into AMA on Clubhouse and there's hundreds of people who show up, that gives me hope that there's definitely volume, there's definitely backing there. But we also have to assess, unless you're just there for the financial perspective, which can really get you burned. But if you're there for the community and not the financial portion of it, and one of the things I look for is the community. How good is the community? Because the community and the leadership, that dynamic between the two is really going to determine the success of the project. And for me, I believe this group is on the other side of the world from me. And every time I reach out, I cannot get any answers. So when I can't get the answers that I need, I can't easily, like if I have to work hard to get the answers that I need, to reach out to somebody, to get somebody to talk to me, then for me, it doesn't matter if this project is awesome, the best. It just isn't for me. But that doesn't mean it's not good for you. It doesn't mean it's not going to be a fit for you. So for me, I just couldn't get the answers that I needed. Somebody from the person who referenced this to me, really nice, did a great job, offered that I give them my questions and then they would advocate for me and go get that information for me. And I really appreciate that because I think that should tell you the commitment of the community of this project. But again, for me, I want to be able to talk to the leadership if I can, or at least the team that's supporting the leadership. Because to me, I'll take either one. I prefer the leadership, but if I can't, I'll take the team. And if the team, or even the community, because the part of the team to me is the community. If the community can step up while I'm there and answer my questions, then I'm happy. I feel more confident. But I'm not going to beat up on this project. It just wasn't for me. But I do believe that it is a good community because if I scroll through at the times that they're on hype, then you will see that there's good conversations going on. My time of the day when I'm reaching out, it's blank, it's dead, and so I can't walk into a project like that because I don't feel like I'm part of anything. I feel like I am there for the investment, and for me, I have a different mindset of what investing in an NFT is than just going in at mint price and stuff like that. So unfortunately for me, I have to pass on MoonWhips. But that, again, should not weigh on your idea of what you should go into. I just want to point out that when you go into a project and in your gut you don't feel like it's good, there's something wrong, or you feel that you're not getting what you need, don't put that behind FOMO. Meaning, don't put FOMO ahead of what you think you're getting into, because to me, it's just not a good thing to do. So when you're going into a project, put those feelings first. Even if you're wrong, put those feelings there first, because in the end, you got to feel good about your purchase. And in the end, if these projects don't go to where you expect them to go, you're going to regret that. And so my word of caution, it goes back to my disclaimer, is you got to do your homework, but listen to yourself, because that's most important, because that will guide you. And don't look back. No matter what, just don't look back. You may want to look back, but just know that listening to yourself comes first. And there's plenty of opportunity out there coming through every single week, every single day, that you should feel good about the project you're going into. And hopefully, if you've been listening to some of the projects that I've been doing, then you will know what to look for so that you feel comfortable when you're going into a project. And again, just to list those 5 things out. You're looking for transparency, you're looking for a good leadership and team, you're looking for a good community, you want to make sure the utility fits the amount that you're looking to pay. So does the amount of Ethereum that they're asking for match what you're going to get and what you think you're going to get? Meaning that if you think it's going to rise or whatever, then maybe it's not just the utility that they put there, but maybe the potential investment aspect of it. And of course, the NFT itself, is it eye-catching? Is the marketing good? Are they reaching out to people, or people coming in because they're eager for this project? They want to get in. So those types of things, when people are eager and coming in, sometimes it can be a red flag because of all the hype. But if those other portions are in it, like the transparency, leadership, and all that, then you should feel better, I should say, about approaching the project, in that you're not going to experience a rug. But just keep those things in mind, and I think you'll see that you're going to do okay. All right, so let's talk about the giveaway. So I kind of just talked about what you should look for in a project. And what I'm going to say to get today's or to get the entered into the Ethereum giveaway that I'm doing, here's what you need to do. You need to answer this question. What should you put before FOMO? Like, what is it when you go into a project? What should you be listening to before you take into FOMO? And this is how it works. You will direct message me on Twitter, and I'll put my Twitter handle in the description. And you have till this Friday. Let me get the date for you. This Friday is the 12th. So November 12th, 2021, you have till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Time to answer that question. What should you put before FOMO when you go into a project? And with that, you'll direct message me, and that's it. And also, we will be looking at another project coming up this Monday. I have a couple projects that came across my plate, so I'm not sure which one I'm picking. We'll see what happens, one based on date and everything of the drop. But yeah, other than that, I'm now going to go into the section of analyzing the project from somebody who's building a community. So if you want to follow me there, go ahead and check that out.